What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndifon Ntui. On this channel I post sewing tutorials. I drop videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So if you're interested in stuff like this, please make sure to check back on those days in order to watch new content. I was supposed to drop this video on Thursday, but things didn't go as planned due to power, so that's why I'm dropping it on Saturday. I apologize for that. But if you like the video, make sure to give the video a like at the end of the video. If you like it, make sure to give it a like. It really helps us out, helps me, helps YouTube know that you enjoy what I do here, and it's recommended to other people like you that are interested in sewing videos. If you're a beginner or if you're a person who wants to brush up on your skill, I offer online courses. I'll be showing a demo on how to make a jumpsuit for you to watch and decide if it will be convenient for you to learn online. If you're interested, please send a Telegram message to the number that you can see on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I will see you in the next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye. Alright, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry I wasn't able to drop this when I said I would. I had some issues with power, but let's continue. If I sound too fast to you, that means you've not seen the first part of this video. So I advise that you go and see that part to see what we have done so far. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join the two sides that we have, okay, to the center. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the lining as well. You've seen the off shoulder bustier video. This is going to be you will know what to do here already. Alright, so now when I'm done with this, I'm going to simply notch here, and I'm going to top stitch on top of here. Make sure to see the video that I've recommended, and also I'm going to make a notch here, spread it flat and iron it. Alright, so let me do that, and I'll be back to show you how we neatly attach the yoke to it. Alright. Alright, so after we have done all of this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join this part to it. Okay, so you look for the part that was cut with like a sweetheart. You see that the part that corresponds, so that you don't go and end up mixing the front and the back. And then I need you to stitch them together. So I think it's best to start from the center and stitch out before you come and complete it on this side, so that you're sure that the 2 points on the lace and on the fabric match. Alright, so with that you can see I have attached the lace yoke to the bottom part of the dress. Now I'm going to neatly turn my lining around the back. Okay, so simply place the front of your lining facing the front of your fabric with the lace in between, and I'm now going to stitch from here all the way to the other side. Please make sure that you carefully adjust the lace as you stitch along to make sure that the lace doesn't get squeezed under this new line that you are stitching. So please make sure to notch this area here, especially where you have this V shape. Alright, so now the next thing I'm going to do after I have notched the inside, okay, is I'm going to push all the excess under here towards the lining, and I'm going to top stitch. Alright, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it down the back. Okay, do that on the fabric and the lining. Whatever I do here, please make sure to do on the other side of the back as well. I'm going to fold this. Remember when we were drafting, we kept half an inch at the bottom, nothing at the top. So I'll start from nothing, open up to half an inch at the bottom, and now alright, so now this is the back. I have darted both the lining and the fabric, as you have seen. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the zipper allowance together. Now when you get here, you're going to keep ½ inch allowance away from the bottom. You see that my needle is still inside and I turned the fabric around. I'm going to stitch from here, but I'm going to stop 3 inches before I get to the end over here. Alright, now back to the top. You are going to take your neckline, see this here, the one that's supposed to correspond with this part. See what I have over here, and we are going to plant it inside. So you're going to take the front of your lace, make it to face the front of your fabric, like so. Push it in all the way to the beginning, like this. See that? Collapse this one on top of it, and now we are going to sew from here straight down. Alright, now turn everything inside out and do the same thing on the other side of the back. After you have repeated this on the other side of the back, come back here for the next step. Alright, okay, now because I have stitched in ½ inch at this point, we have reduced our zipper allowance to 1.5 inches. Okay, so when I'm fixing my zipper, I'm going to use 1.5 inches to fix it. So you can see the zipper has an enclosure here. This is an open and close zipper, meaning I can separate the zipper. I'm going to simply just attach it like you would attach a zipper. I will show you what I'm doing now. Okay, so but I'll keep a space of 1.5 as I go along fixing the zipper. I have installed my zipper. Alright, so here we have the back and here we have the front. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up the fabric and the lining like I have here, and then you're going to join them together with whatever allowance you have left. Just measure your remember whatever allowance you had, and then run from here to the top, which is what I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the lining. Alright, so after you have made your stitch across, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up your lining like so. You see this is where I made the stitch across. Pick up your lining like so, and then repeat the same thing. Simply stitch from here all the way down, whatever, with the same allowance that you stitched on this side. Alright, so you see this is where I made the stitch on the fabric, this is where I made the stitch on my lining. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to spread it flat and iron it on both the fabric and the lining. And after you have done that, once you twist it a little bit, you would find that you have stitched your lining neat and your fabric is also neat on the front side as well. So this is what we have done. So iron the inside, that's here. Be sure to iron your stitches flat like this, and then you're going to repeat what we just did on this other side over here. So alright, so after joining the left and the right together, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch across the shoulder. After you have stitched both sides of the shoulder, the next thing is to finish this rough edge that we have here at the bottom. So you see what I just did. Remember here we stitched and stopped approximately 3 inches before we got to the joining. So what you will do is you will turn back one of them like so, and then we'll try to stitch here from here all the way down. The more you stitch, the more difficult it's going to get. So when it gets too difficult, you can always stop and see what you have done, so you know if you go and continue from the other side. You understand what I mean very soon. So I've gotten to a stage where it seems like the space I cannot continue because there's a lot of rumpling. I'm going to stop and then check what I have and continue from the other side. So let me try and continue from here and see how far I get. I'm trying to make the hole that I turn out of as small as possible. So now this is the little hole that we have left. You can use hemming tape, hemming gum, and iron it down so that it is seamless. If you want it to be the neatest it can be, or simply just use your machine and top stitch across the both sides. Alright, so after that, the next thing is for us to start handling the sleeve. So this is my sleeve, okay, and you're going to handle it. You're going to first of all stitch whatever allowance you kept, okay. So if and then when you're done with that, the next thing is you're going to pick out two of the side of the sleeve that's supposed to be your flip, okay. Pick out two, and you are now going to stitch from here all the way down, and then repeat the same on your lining. Alright, so here we have this part here. I folded it in half. So what we're going to do now is this. If you kept 1.5 inch of allowance on your sleeve, what you're going to do is this. You start from 1.5 inches, you taper out to half an inch. You're going to run half an inch. When you're getting close to the bottom half here, you would open back up to to 1.5 inches or whatever you kept as your sewing allowance. So I'm going to do that on the fabric and on the lining. But when I'm doing that on the lining, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from 1.5. I'm going to stitch down like 4 inches. I would stop, and then, or you can stitch around the curve so that it's easier. But when you're like 6 inches away from the end, you stop, keep a space, and then you come here and complete 1 inch. However you want to do it, it's fine. Just make sure you leave a space so you're able to turn everything inside out from that. Alright, so now for when we're done doing that, the next thing we're going to do is we need to add a little trimming that I cut from the edge of the lace at the bottom of the sleeve. So to do that, make sure that you cut the length of the sleeve to be the same with the space that you have at the bottom. So you see where our stitch stops, you can see where it is on the same level with this. That's because I have ½ inch of sewing allowance here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the ½ inch that we have over here so that I can seal the end of the trimming, and then we'll go ahead. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside here and then stitch it around. Notice I'm keeping the front side of the lace facing the front side of the fabric. Now, after you're done with that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to bring the lining into the mix. So you see what we have here, this place that's clean. You're going to take the clean side of your lining and make it face the clean side of the clean side of your fabric. So you see clean side of lining, clean side of fabric. Bend your trimming in like so. We're going to stitch on the same line we just stitched on, but this time we are attaching the lining while we are doing this. With that, we have turned all of this neatly. Just to put your hand inside, and by the time you drag it to the front, you'll see that you have installed your trimming. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our sleeve, see this, and we're going to place it with the lining. So you see, front side facing front side, clean side of the sleeve facing the clean side of your lining, and we're going to stitch around. Okay, sorry, you bring it to this side here. The bottom part of your sleeve should sit on the straight line. Sorry. Okay, and we're going to simply stitch around. Alright, so now I have successfully attached the sleeve to the lining. What we're going to do, turn everything to the inner part where we can see the lining, and this is why we needed to have a hole. So you see this, you're going to pass your hand through this hole. Okay, you're going to come to this side here where you have the straight line on both the fabric and the lining. You see this, and you're going to twist both of them in. So you're going to make here the lining face inside, make the fabric to face inside as well. Okay, make them both face inside, and then you pinch them and drag them inside out from here. Alright, and then we're going to stitch around, starting from here all the way down. Alright, now when you're done with that, you can turn everything out back from the hole. You see that? Easy as it looks. But before we come to the front, remember to close up this hole either by stitching on top of it by folding half inch inside on both sides, or you use your hemming gun to neatly seal it if you don't want it to have any seams showing. Alright, so you see this is the armhole that we have here. Now I'm going to simply attach the sleeve by bringing the bottom of the sleeve. You see this? Bring the bottom of the sleeve, align it like so, and then stitch around. So with that is the end. I'm sure you've seen the result on my wife already at the beginning of the video. If you've stayed this far, thank you for watching this far into the video. I will see you in the next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye.